Sam, thanks very much. I just want to tell you that the folks in the Midwest certainly appreciate your performance this year. It brought a lot of hope to the Rams franchise, and you certainly supported the decision the Rams made in making you the #1 pick. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be here. This is Super Bowl week. It's an opportunity for the United States to focus on a great competition between two great teams. But as the President of the United States recently indicated in his State of the Union address, we are engaged in a super competition with the rest of the world for economic opportunity every single day. And the question is, which team is going to win? Is it going to be the United States team, or is it going to be some other country's team? In order for us to win, we've got to make sure that the next generation of Americans is prepared for that competition, just like Sam was prepared to excel through practice and through learning the plays and through being physically able to play the game. That's what we are confronting here today. 1/3 of our youngsters are obese or at risk of being obese. These are youngsters who are going to have a difficult time being the learners they were intended to be. They may carry with them into adulthood diseases, chronic diseases, cancers, heart disease, diabetes, and with that, accelerated and increased healthcare costs. And with that means that the country can't direct those resources to creating new innovative products, but in turn will be focused on healthcare. Even military leaders in this country have become concerned about this obesity epidemic. The reality is that they're very concerned that we may not be able to meet our all-volunteer military needs. That's why it was important for the First Lady and the President to get engaged in this, and as she did with her Let's Move initiative. And that's why it's important to have such a powerful partnership that's being celebrated here today. I can't tell you, Commissioner, how important it is to have the star power of the NFL and the NFL players and your office behind this initiative. There isn't a youngster in the country that doesn't know the Sam Bradfords of their team. And to have them engaged in an opportunity to encourage them to be more physically active means a great deal. And when you combine that with the power of America's dairy farmers and farmers all across the United States, together with, frankly, a CEO that has more energy than anybody I've ever met. Alexis is really involved in this, and she's going to drive, she's the coach of this team. She's going to drive us to perform. And Dr. Satcher, who's behind me, I'll be introducing in just a few minutes, he really is sort of the quarterback of all this because he's the one who basically called the attention of the nation to this epidemic. And Doctor, all of us are grateful and thankful for your leadership. So what do we do in this partnership? Who's engaged? Well, first of all, it's three very important departments of government. Kathleen Sebelius, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, and Arne Duncan, the Secretary of Education, regret that they can't be here today. But they are parties, and their departments are parties to this partnership. When you combine their efforts in schools, their efforts in healthcare with the Agricultural Department's efforts in rural America, you have an extraordinary partnership. The First Lady's Let's Move initiative has engaged people at all levels and is focused, as is this partnership, on getting kids active, on physically active. And I want to show you just a brief public service announcement that we've prepared to facilitate the Let's Move initiative and to celebrate this extraordinary partnership. And so if I can ask the folks to display the PSA, and then I'll have a few comments.
All right, guys, we gotta be smarter about what we bite on, okay? I want everyone to go outside. We're gonna run Red Rover on 3.
What about you, Tony?
I'm gonna run around circles, flatten my arms, and make engine noises like this.
When it comes to playing, the kids are the pros.
We're eating right, too.
We fuel up.
To play 60!
Your school doesn't have a program? Be a leader. Start one.
Click today and join the movement.
This is an example of that partnership. It's a powerful message. Obviously, Tony Romo is someone that all football fans know who he is. It's an opportunity to get people's attention. And why is it important? It's important because we are working very hard at USDA to make sure that these youngsters, when they're in school, are having nutritious meals. The new dietary guidelines were announced, new standards for school lunch and school breakfast, new programs under our Women, Infant, Children program, all designed to make sure that the calories in are the very highest quality calories they can be. Low-fat dairy, whole grains, fruits and vegetables. At the same time, it's not just calories in, it's also calories out. And that's why the physical activity that's being supported by this partnership is so important. Youngsters have got to get outside. They've got to get busy. They've got to get active. And they can do it in a variety of ways. And when they do, what will happen is we will have a much stronger generation who will be able to compete successfully in this global economy that we find ourselves in. This really is about the future of the country. There's no question about that. So I'm proud on behalf of the Obama administration, on behalf of my department, to be here today. But as I said, this would not have occurred but for the foresight of the 16th Surgeon General of the United States. Dr. Satcher was aware of the obesity epidemic long before the rest of us were aware of it. He called attention to it, he put focus on it, and the result today is a nation that is engaged with powerful partnerships to address it. So, Dr. Satcher, thank you very much for your leadership.